Hey y'all, welcome to the camp. I'm just bullshitting, I'm just talking shit. I came on here, y'all, to tell y'all about the time that I finally stood up to Billy's ass. Y'all know I used to work with Billy. I met him at work. And I told y'all I was still married to this man, but he was gone. But he was doing all kind of shit to fuck with me. Using other women. And I couldn't even see it at first because I was so in my feelings and I was so hurt. And it was this man that God was using, and he would come talk to me and try to make me feel better because it probably was written all over my face. But he would be like, Tay, don't even get yourself upset. Don't even go there. He is using those other women as pawns. And I mean, these were some women that I was just like, why don't he want me, but he want them, or he got so much to talk about with them or say to them and don't say anything to me. And I remember saying this to his mother, and she was like, because his stupid ass, with them, he could talk about the weather with they ass, but with you, you know, he got to answer you. Yes, I need answers. It got to make sense. You know. So I finally, and this went on for a while. It did. And I told y'all, I remember crying, telling God, you know, I can't take this no more. I don't know what to do. This is killing me inside, killing me softly. I would come home and cry to God. I would go and get in a car and cry. I wouldn't show no weakness or nothing in the workplace. And I wouldn't start nothing. I would just keep working and just try to ignore it, try to swallow it. So I come home crying to God, and that's what I remember God telling me, that he had met his match, that I was his match, and to hop in his energy and deal with him, or hop in his energy and handle him. And I was sitting in my kitchen in my computer chair, and I was just crying. And it's almost like, you know, when he gets to speaking to me, a calmness comes over me. And I rock. And I heard him. And I was like, I can do that. And I remember saying to God, crying in tears, that building wasn't big enough for the both of us, that he was gonna have to take me out the building. And I was trying to get to another building. I had went to the union people, and I was making preparations to go try to get to another building or another shift or something, because I couldn't keep working like that under them conditions, the stress, the agony that he was putting me through. So I was trying to get to another building. And again, I rolled around all day. I delivered parts to the line that he worked on, because I came from that line and I went to another department, which I started driving. So I delivered parts to that whole line. So I see everything all day. It was dead smack right in my face all day. So one day, it was just so bad. I could not take it no more. This was when he was so shocked. He was so shocked. And when I tell you I married him fast, he didn't know me like that, and I didn't know him like that. When I tell you, in my early 20s, I used to whoop my boyfriend's ass if I caught them cheating. I used to try to beat their ass faithful, knowing I couldn't whoop no nigga ass. And they didn't used to fuck me up, beat me. They might used to pop me up like this or bear hug me or something. But I used to be trying to sock their ass up with all my might. My baby daddies, the one that is deceased and the one that's alive. The one that's alive, I don't know if he'll tell you or admit it or not, but he admitted to me. He told me he had never been hit so hard in his fucking life. And I was in love with him. My first child's father, I was in love. I tried to beat that nigga faithful. I tried to beat his ass faithful. But them my old ways. That's not the way to go, ladies. Keep your hands off these men. Respect these men. That was not the way to go. Them my old ways. But he didn't know me like that. God had a grip on me. I caught my deceased baby daddy cheating one time. He had the bitch at the house. Not our house, but, his house. And I pull up, I see her car out there. He ain't answering the phone, so I go over there, her car there and shit. So I just sit there and wait. I got my weed, I got my juice, whatever. I sat there. It was probably 12, 1 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock at night. I didn't disturb him. I sat there. I waited till she left. I didn't even fuck with her when she left. I seen her get in the car, leave, all that shit. I didn't fuck with her. What am I fuck with her for? He the one lying. She probably don't even know about me. I knocked on the side door. I waited till she drove on off and left. I knocked on the side door. He opened the door, shirt off, boxers on, all sweaty, smelling like sex and shit. I worked this motherfucking ass. I didn't say shit. I didn't say a mother. And I'm just giving you some insight how gods have saved your ass. I worked his motherfucking ass out right on the side door steps, the landing of the side door. Worked his motherfucking ass, pop, 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 stinking. I even got up off of him because he was sweaty, like sex sweat. But it was like it was out of nowhere, so he was just trying to cover himself up. I was I was piecing his motherfucking ass up. My baby daddy. It's just my baby daddy. He ain't give a fuck. He ain't go nowhere either. He left that bitch alone. But anyway, back to Billy. Do you remember? It was one last day. I came up against him. I said something. I've been dealing with this shit for months, a year maybe, every day. He had some girl bound. He was down working in the pit. So he was down from her and she was up. But they was at station next to station. Workstation next to workstation. She didn't know. She didn't know about me. She didn't know I was his wife. She didn't know shit. The girl. And he just talking and he cheesing and she dancing and she flirting back with him and she popping her butt and she was a cute girl. She was very young. Probably too young for him. But she didn't know. What the fuck was I gonna say something to her for? She knew nothing. Okay? Getting these people in shit that they don't even know what they get, what they getting themselves into. Him pulling women into shit that they don't even know what they getting themselves into. That's why I don't say shit to the woman. The fuck am I say something to the woman for? When again, 9 times out of 10, the woman don't know what's going on. She don't even know about nothing. Sometimes it depends on the situation, ladies. What the fuck is that burning? Somebody burning something? But anyway, she just moving and flirting with him. And again, he was cute. He was nice looking, beautiful eyes, very charming, very soft spoken, very helpful. So I get off my tub that I drive. And when I tell you these people on this job knew me before he did. So as they see me going to him, they knew what time it was. The people. I didn't been in. They don't say shit. They just watch. I ain't seen shit. Tay done whoop somebody ass or cuss somebody out. I ain't seen shit. But anyway, it's just so I don't even know. It must have been union reps down there on the floor handling another situation. So I go over to him. I'm not loud. I go walk around the line, go down to where he at, and I walk up to him face to face. And I told him, I said, you gonna respect me till I get out this motherfucking building. I said, I'm trying to get out of this motherfucking building, but you gonna respect me until I get up out of this building. When I tell you, it's almost like weights was holding my hands down because I wanted to hit his ass so bad. It's almost like something was holding both of my hands down. God wouldn't let me do nothing but put my finger in his face and push his head back. When I tell you so many people had swarmed around us, and I was telling people I ain't gonna do nothing because I was calm when I said it, but I was like gritting my teeth up on him. Nobody probably even heard what I said, but I was right in his face like, motherfucker. And the plane is loud, so nobody heard anything. They just seen. And again, people knew he was my husband. Some did. Okay? They knew what he was doing, and they knew he was wrong. This how stupid his ass is, too. When the shit first happened, where he was trying to divorce me and shit, I couldn't go to work. I had went on a medical. So when I got back, one of the guys came up to me. He was like, yeah, I was asking your husband, where your wife at? And he was like, this motherfucker gonna tell me, I don't know. And he said, I looked at the nigga and said, nigga, how the fuck you don't know where your wife at? He was like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? This is the guy talking to me when I get back to work. He was like, something wrong with that nigga, man. What the fuck wrong with that nigga? They began to see that something was wrong with his ass. But anyway, he tried to go up there on his day off. Even the union people knew something was wrong with his ass. He tried to go up there on his day off and tried to report me or something and get me, I guess he was trying to get me fired or something. I don't know what his motives was. But the union caught him and stopped him. And the union, I guess, talked to him or whatever. But again, the time of the incident, they was swarming around me, trying to hold me back or whatever. And I was telling them, like, I ain't finna do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna put my hands on him. Where have y'all ever known me to put my hands on anybody? Even if I act like I want to, or somebody act like they want to put their hands on me, I ain't never put my hands on nobody out there. Now, I might have then lit their ass up, but that's because they didn't already cuss my ass out or did something to me. I don't just cuss people out. I'm very nice and friendly, and I smile, and I don't just go around cussing people out and disrespecting people. I do not do that. I'm not mean to people just to be mean to them. No, that's not me. But anyway, after everything calmed down, one of the union reps came to me. And this is what I'm telling you. I could have got you fucked up a long time ago. For real. But that's not me. But I'm finna tell you. One of the union reps came up to me. And this union rep is not there anymore. This is why I'm telling this story. Because the union rep is not there anymore. I don't know where he's at. And I will not say his name or any other nothing. But he was in the union. I don't even know if he was a union rep, but he was in the union. He was not a union rep. He was in the union, though. He came up to me. He said, Tay. He said, I'll get rid of this nigga for you. He said, I'll plant some dope on this nigga. I said, oh. And at the time, again, he had my ass up on all kind of witchcraft, so I still loved him. I still thought I loved him, or I still thought I wanted my husband back. Because I'm telling y'all, he had me all fucked up. Like a zombie around this bitch. Till I got to the motherfucking nun. And I had, by the time I found Nun's channel, I had got my foundation back stable. Because it's almost like he had ripped my whole foundation down. Because I had my own foundation when I met him. And I'm telling you, all hell broke loose when I met him. But by this time, I had built my foundation back up by myself. All by myself, me and God. And I found her channel. But I still was, even though I had built my foundation up, I still was fucked up and low, depressed, sad, still wanting him back, not even realizing that he was a fucking warlock and was doing witchcraft and shit on me. But I was telling the man in the union, no, I don't want to do all that. No, please don't. I actually was worried about him after that. Like, they might fuck that nigga up. I was actually a little worried, like, damn, they get down like that? Like, I got clout, I got back up like that? I didn't even know. But they was seeing shit on their own, too. Them people out there weren't stupid. But I was telling you, like, no, please don't do that. No, I said, no, he's not doing anything to me. He's not doing nothing to me. To see motherfucker at the same time that you was trying to harm me, trying to go report me, I was still saving your motherfucking ass. You always was trying to fucking harm me, and I was still saving your ass. Because the kind of heart I had, I could have told that nigga, yeah, go on and do that shit. You could have caught a case, nigga. Could. Because not only would you have lost your job, you would have went to jail. Because ain't no telling how much he would have planted on you. Speaking of jail, motherfucker, didn't you get your mama arrested? Didn't your mama go to jail for you having some type of chop shop in her backyard without her even knowing? She thought you was fixing cars. And you had some type of illegal shit going on back there. And they got her ass too. She said you never did even apologize to her. Or she was sitting up in jail for some shit she didn't even know about. Smooth criminal. Smooth criminal. She say she's still waiting on a motherfucking apology from your ass. She thought you was fixing cars and you was running a legal chop shop in her backyard. So hell, you had already had a case of charges in the system. It would have been even worse if he had did that shit. And this was so long ago, y'all. And like I say, the man ain't there no more. But I was like, no. Please don't. And he ended up getting fired anyway for attendance. Because I'm telling you, I remember saying to God, you're going to have to move me. Because this building is not big enough for the both of us. And I was trying to move, and I was not successful with going to another building. And he ended up getting fired for attendance. So my father done had my back a long time, this whole time. So again, just more on Billy. More on Billy's ass. Hell, I might get some more on him, I don't know. Or remember some more or something. But I finally stood up to that motherfucker. And even if after me taking all that shit and standing up to him, he still came up there to the job on his day off. And again, I didn't do nothing to him. That was personal. He knew what he was doing to me, and I was still his wife. I was still his damn wife at the time. Because it took him a year to divorce me. A little over a year. So, motherfucker, I'm still your wife at this time. I don't give a fuck if we together or not. You gotta respect, some type of respect, please. I was just asking, I just wanted peace. I just wanted it to stop. Even if he was leaving. Okay, I was already dealing with that and had accepted that, but he was taunting me. He was taunting me in the workplace with other women, just whatever he could to hurt me. But I gotta go, y'all. I love y'all. And like I said, just more on Billy's ass. I might get some more. Okay? But I am healing. I am healing. I'm just sharing my story with y'all. Maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe it'll wake somebody up. Maybe it'll help somebody. My life story with my family. Because I know I ain't the only one in the world going through this shit. Yes. A lover of the world is an enemy of God's. Even with that video I just posted and I had brought up putting that persona on for the world. Just be yourself. If they accept you, they accept you. If they don't, they don't. Because obviously God accepts you the way that you are. He knows the real way that she is. So obviously he have accepted her enough to use her. So it's almost like she won't accept herself. Like she feel like she got to hide that from the world so that she can do God's work. But God wants us to stand in our truth. He says, come as you are. I gotta go. That was just some real quick because I just did that video. I gotta go. I love y'all. Bye.